Oh, what it do, brother? Welcome back to Trash Man MMA. I'm the Trash Man, and today we're going over Nasruddin Imababo versus Caio Borralho. Yeah, we gonna get into this one, man. Ain't no politics with this one, bruh. Ain't no research going into this one, dude. This is just straight ball knowledge. Yeah, we know ball. So let's get into it, bruh. It's a relatively decent card, dude. I'm gonna have to go into work mad early because this shit starts at 9. So I'm gonna have to go into work at 4. It's gonna be a little sun, but off rip, let's get into it, dude. Shauna Bonin versus Sam Hughes. Look, dude, the only reason I would go Shauna Bonin on this one is because, well, the only reason I would go for Bannon is if she was taller, but she's not. They're both 5'5", the exact same height, and Sam Hughes isn't as short and stocky and fat as I thought. So I'm going Sam Hughes, man. She has a tendency to just wipe up these like undefeated or nearly undefeated fighters. I believe in her last 5, she like 3 or 4 of her opponents have been damn near undefeated. So and she's beaten almost all of them. The only one who she didn't beat was that like really technical mastermind Mexican girl. That, but you know, she lost that one. But I'm going Sam Hughes, man. I'm going Sam Hughes. On to the next. Andreas Gustafsson versus Renat Fakhretdinov. Fakhretdinov's been out for quite some time, man. I believe his last fight was against Carlos Leal. Now, that was a fight that I didn't watch, but I know a lot of people said that he absolutely, under no circumstances, won that fight. I'll believe him. I'll take their word for it. I can't remember why I didn't watch that fight. Maybe I was just, maybe I just wasn't. Maybe I was at work or something, dude. I don't fucking know. But I did watch Andreas Gustafsson versus some fucking black dude, bro. Who the fuck was it? What the fuck was his name? It was Chaos Williams, dude. It was Chaos Williams. I remember that. And he kind of just steamrolled them. But something that we do have to take into consideration is just PEDs, bro. Just roids. Like this dude, I know he did have some canceled fights beforehand, but I think those were all for the same date. I believe all of them were for the same date. So maybe he was off cycle. But dude looks fucking huge. Is he still on roids? We don't know. Probably USADA's not in there anymore. Renat Fakhretdinov probably also is on some too. Maybe that's why he's looked a little lackluster against fucking Carlos Leal, Nicholas Dalby, and in my opinion, his last impressive performance was against Kevin Lee, like damn near 3-4 years ago. So that's 3 years ago, maybe. But yeah, I'm going Andreas Gustafsson. I think he could just impose his will, which is something that Renat Fakhretdinov hasn't really shown to be able to do unless he's going up against a washed Kevin Lee. We see against Carlos Leal and Nicholas Dalby, 2 highly competitive fights that, people say he shouldn't have won. So I'm going to go Andreas Gustafsson. And I know it's only 6'1" to 6'0", but I think the height discrepancy is going to be so much more apparent when they're actually in the cage. So I'm going Andreas Gustafsson by 29-28, maybe a split decision. On to the next. Brad Tavares versus Robert Brzezinski. Maybe the brother of Lucas Brzezinski. Who knows? And if it is, then hold on. Let me not do that. I'm gonna go Robert Brzezinski. I know a lot of people are going Brad Tavares and whatnot, but dude, if you just like this guy, at the end of the day, I saw Brad Tavares get absolutely chinned by washed up Bruno Silva. Like I watched that happen, and Robert Brzezinski, I think he has like 11, 12 KOs under his belt. He's a heavy hitter. I think he could land one, bro. At the end of the day, this isn't Gerald Mearshart we're going up against, I feel like this is a Christian Rodriguez-esque fighter, or at least somebody with just as much pop as somebody like Christian Rodriguez. I don't think Brad Tavares can really... I think if they get into a dirty situation where they're kind of just out there swinging and banging, I don't really count on Brad Tavares, At the end of the day, he lost to Jung Young Park, Gregory Rodriguez, Bruno Silva, Dricus du Plessis, Edmund Shabazi, and Israel Adesanya. Now, some of those names are really good names. Like, I don't mind you losing to those guys, honestly, but when we're going up against you win over GM3, Chris Weidman, and those are the only 2 names that, like, have any sort of substance in his... Like in his past 5 years, those are the only names with any sort of substance. And I think Robert Brzezinski hits a little harder than Chris Weidman and GM3. So I'm going Robert Brzezinski. On to the next fight, Sam Patterson versus Trey Waters. I'm going Sam Patterson. Now, I don't like Sam Patterson's striking. I think he looks awful on the feet at times. He looks very stiff and very kind of just stupid on the feet sometimes. He looks very autistic when he's fighting out there. Like the way, I don't know, his posture is just so weird. Like he has like an Alex Pereira type posture, but he doesn't look comfortable in it. It looks painful to fight the way that he like walks around the cage. But he does have a good win over Danny Barlow. And even then, though, he showed that dumb striking that I'm talking about. And the same thing happened against Yanala Shmooze. He just looks stupid. But Trey Waters, I mean, he doesn't really have any impressive wins, in my opinion. I think he has a win over Josh Quinlan. Josh Quinlan's on a 4-fight loss streak. Like I don't fucking rate that kid. And then he beat Billy Ray Goff. Like, cool. Like, dude, you beat Billy Ray Goff. Like, I don't really fucking care about that win. Those are his only 2 wins in the UFC, and honestly, I'm not rating either of them. He is tall, super tall for the fucking featherweight, for the welterweight division. Holy shit, 6'5"? Bro, brother, what are you doing in this division, bro? Leave. They're both, bro, get both these motherfuckers out of there. On to the next fight. Eddie Hardwick versus Quay Fernandez, bro. I'm fucking hyped for this fight, dude. People don't understand how excited I am for this fight. Harry Hardwick, finally, bro, you look so stupid. You look so dumb. Look at this kid. Bro, why does he actually have the face of like a 13-year-old, bro? That shit's crazy. Harry Hardwick's finally in the UFC, dude. He's taking on Quay Fernandez on short notice after, oh, fuck, what was that other kid's name? Fares Ziam. After Fares Ziam pulled out due to family issues, Harry Hardwick is stepping in the UFC on short notice to take on a very tough opponent in Quay Fernandez. Very good. He kind of had a dominating performance over Guram Kutaledze. Knocked out Muhammad Yahya. He lost to Marcus Diakakis. I forgot how you say this kid's name. Wow, I actually didn't know this kid got cut. Mark Dikakis? Dikakis? How the fuck do you say this kid's name, bruh? But it was a split decision nevertheless. Tough kid. I don't think Harry Hardwick had a fight coming up. Short notice. It's literally like 3-day notice that he's taking this fight on. It's going to be a brutal weight cut. It's just, I don't. Look, even Harry Hardwick himself, even if he had training even if he had a training camp for this fight, I wouldn't pick him. His last fight against Javier Garcia, he looked very bad, dude. He looked really bad. His striking was just like nothing impressive. There was just like nothing impressive that I saw in his last fight against Javier Garcia, which was quite some time ago. It was in March, so maybe not that long ago, but yeah, I'm just going Quay. He just seems better. He's fighting better levels of competition, way better. I mean, for God's sake, he like fucking 30-25 Guram Kutaledze with with Ilya Topuria, Ilya Topuria's brother, Hamza Chimaev, all in his corner, bro, and he got smoked. So Harry Hardwick, I don't think he has a corner like that. Even if he did, I would not pick him to win this fight. Short notice and everything else I mentioned. I just think Quay Fernandez has it done. Marcin Tybura versus Anta Deliha. I'm going Marcin Tybura. Again, I'm just not picking these like out of UFC, not bums, but just like people who haven't even made their debut yet, haven't even fought on the Contender Series yet, and they're getting top-ranked opponents, bro. Marcin Tybura is sneaky good. Not even sneaky good. He's just good. Yeah, he's a little bit on the older side, but, dude, the only people who are beating him, let me read off his last, like, 3-4 losses. Sergey Spivak, Tom Aspinall, Alexander Volkov. Those are his last 3 losses. And you really expect me to sit here and say that Anta Deliha is on the same level as Tom Aspinall, Sergey Spivak, and Alexander Volkov? You think Anta Deliha, the guy who hasn't made his debut, you think that guy, oh, but dude, he's training with Tom Aspinall? Shut the fuck up, bro. Shut the fuck up. Mick Parkin was training with Tom Aspinall. Guess what the fuck Mick Parkin did? Nothing. He fucking lost. All right? I'm going Marcin Tybura, bro. He's a staple of the heavyweight division. Eventually, yes, his age is going to catch up to him, and he's going to be a little bit too slow, a little bit just like lost out there against the younger guy. But onto Delhi, he's 35. Marcin Tybur is 4 years older and has been doing this a lot longer than him. So reach is damn near identical, height is damn near identical. I'm not picking onto Daliha, who literally all he is just like he's kind of well rounded. Has 11 KOs, 7 submissions, 7 decisions. He's fairly good, but I'm not rating this guy. He does have a win over Renan Fajeda in the first round, ground and pound, which was making Francis Ngannou's win looking. Bro, I be seeing Renan Fajeda on everybody's fucking win list, dude. I swear, every time a heavyweight comes to the division, like you go through their shit and like, oh yeah, they beat fucking Renan Fajeda. It's like, yeah, bro, who hasn't, dude? Who hasn't? But I'm picking Marcin Tybura, a staple of the top 15, to beat this fucking newcomer though. Hey, I'm not really a newcomer though. Until Delhi, I'd be like, but Omar Sy versus Brendan Ribeiro. I'm going Omar Sy. But honestly, Brendan Ribeiro could get this one done. I don't really understand why Omar Sy is kind of talked about as much as he is. He has 3 fights in the UFC. He's 2-1. He has, like, I don't, like, dude, his fucking, I don't get it. Like, he has a win over Tukos and Dawu Jung. And then he got top 15 Alonzo Menifield. Like, what? Like, how does that even fucking make sense? How does it, like, that doesn't even make sense, dude. I don't understand that. But Omar Sy, I mean, technical Frenchie. Branson Ribeiro is just stupid. He just, like, bangs in the pocket for no reason. And he has a reach disadvantage in this fight, which he's typically not used to. He's typically used to fighting guys who are shorter than him, and he likes to bang in the pocket himself. So Omar Sy is somebody who isn't going to be forced to bang in the pocket, somebody who has a reach advantage, I believe. And with the French style, I mean, he's just going to like Leon and fucking, even though Leon's not French, he's just going to Leon and the Cyril Gane max, just kind of like point fight at range. Like, he's never going to step on the gas. He's never going to rev it up. He's never going to get himself in danger. He's just going to sit at range and pick you apart just by low kicks and jabs down the middle and occasional body teep. That's all he's going to do. So Brendan Ribeiro, he's not going to fluke a win this time. Even though I did pick him to beat that not Azmat Mirzakana, but the DR Nurgoje. I did pick him to beat that guy. But even though, damn, he really just got smoked by Azamat Mirzakhanov in June, 2 months ago. He got smoked 2 months ago in the first round, and he's already back. Yeah, Omar Sy might get a KO. Never mind. I'm going Omar Sy, though. On to the next. William Gomez versus Robert Ruchala. At the end of the day, what the fuck? What the fuck? Get the fuck out of my face, dude. What is this? Dude, get your ugly ass out of my face, bro. We do not need you this big on the screen, dude. Bro is covering all his stats. He doesn't want to see his dog shit stats, dude. Bro, what the fuck? Look, bro, I'm going to William Gomez, dude. Robert Ruchala is making his debut, man, against William Gomez, somebody who's actually really good and really talented. He's really good, he has good wins over, let's see. He has a split decision with Haider Emil, but we just seen Haider Emil get absolutely slept out cold in the first 30 seconds, so maybe that isn't the best. But he beat Joe Anderson Brito by split decision. Beat Giannis Gamori by finish, which is what you want to see. You don't want to see somebody beating Giannis Gamori by decision. Francis Marshall, when he was undefeated. And, they're just relatively good wins. A couple nearly undefeated contenders in the on the regional scene, and one of his losses is to Morgan Charrier in his like 4th fight. So honestly, this kid's not really bad. He's relatively pretty good, and Robert Ruchala, I mean, at the end of the day, this kid's a debuting guy, and I don't really see anything too outstanding from him. He does have some decent competition. 11-2, 17-1, 7-0, 7-0. Some pretty good guys that he was taking on fairly early on in his career, and a lot of them he's finishing them. So But I'm going to just go William Gomez, somebody who's experienced in the UFC, who's fought, UFC caliber fighters. Joe Anderson Brito, is whatever you want to say. He's a really good fighter, Joe Anderson Brito is. Even though we just seen him get absolutely mauled by Pat Sabatini, I know that wasn't the best look. Diego Lopez. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe this guy has a win over Diego fucking Lopez. That's actually kind of crazy. No shot, bro. It's so insane that how he has a win over Diego Lopez. But William Gomez was able to beat him pretty convincingly, in my opinion, as well. I'm going William Gomez, dude. On to the next. We're going Patricio Pitbull versus Lucien Kieta. Lucien Kieta. I'm not doing research on any of these guys, man. I'm going Lucien Kieta. He's a decade younger than Patricio Pitbull. Some of the combinations that he be throwing on Instagram that I see, a little, wow, Kieta looks sharp and fast. He does look pretty sharp and fast. So I'm going Lucien Kieta by casual maxing, by vibes. This whole prediction card is by vibes. I'm not doing research on Patricio fucking Pitbull, bro. Lucia Kieta, I mean, he's a newcomer though, and he's fighting in front of his home crowd. Wait, no, he's not. Where is he from? Germany, bro? Belgium. I don't fucking know, bruh. Whatever that flag is, man. I don't fucking know. I don't know geography, but he has 10 wins by finish. His only loss in his career is, he's 16-1, by the way. I know you can't see that because the multi-billion-dollar company hasn't put his fucking real record on yet, but he's 16-1. 10 wins by KO, 1 loss by KO, his only loss, and 6 wins by decision. He has some fairly good. He has like really good competition in his past few fights. 21-8, knocked him out in the second round. 12-1 unanimous decision. 16-1 body shot. 17-4 unanimous. 10-2 knocked him out. And then his losses to Mate Sani Kidze, and it was a foot injury. I don't know what happened. I'm not gonna do research, but look, dude, pretty good. He's 4 inches. He's 3 inches taller. Let's see what the reach is like. It is 68. So wow, they don't even have it on Tapology either. But neither does have his leg reach. But he is a moderate favorite. Patricio Pitbull, like I said, a decade older. I'm going Lucien Kieta. Can experience come into factor and Patricio Pitbull just make it like how he did against Dan Ige? He could, but I'm going to go Lucien Kieta, who's actually fast. Throws nasty looking combinations, and somebody who I hope isn't just like an ole fighter. So Patricio Pitbull making a quick turnaround too, so maybe he's not injured, or maybe he knows it's now or never. You know what I'm saying? On to the next fight. Alexa Souza versus Reese McKee. Honestly, don't know what to do with this fight, man. Like, who am I supposed to go for here, dude? Alexa Souza versus Reese McKee. Reese McKee, I think he has 1 win in the UFC, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, he's 1-4. All right. Let's look at what he's done. So he's lost to Chidi Njokwani. He's lost to Angelusa. I don't rate that. He lost to Alex Morono. I don't rate that. He lost to Hamzat Chimaev. And then on the regional scene, after he got cut in his first stint, he went on a 3-fight win streak against 13-6 Alexi, 7-1 Justin, and 32-11 Jim Wallhead. Loses to Angelusa, loses a split decision to Chidi Njokwani, which honestly isn't bad. Daniel Franza, who I believe took the fight on short notice. No, he didn't. He didn't take the fight on short notice. It was a doctor stoppage, though. I believe it was a pretty nasty cut or something that happened as to why they stopped the fight. Alexa Souza, 16-7, 12-5, 5-0. Man, I don't know, dude. What am I supposed to do here, bruh? Like, Reese McKee just doesn't win in the UFC, but like I think it was Michael Bisping that says he doesn't win in the UFC, but every fight he's getting closer and closer and closer. It's like, all right, bruh. Like, that's where we're banking on, this guy to being closer to get a win. But 5'11" to Reese McKee 6'2". We don't have Alexa Souza's or Sola. We don't have his reach or anything about him. Fuck, dude. And I'm not going to do research on Alexa Souza. But do I want to go Reese McKee? Honestly, every YouTuber that I watched is going Reese McKee. And I kind of just want to go Reese McKee because if they get it and I don't get it by going Alexa Souza, like I'm going to feel embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? So I might just go Reese McKee. But should I go Alexa Sola? Fuck it, dude. Wait. What is this at? This is at 170? Alexa Sola. Why does it say his last weigh-in is at 155? Lightweight, 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 lightweight. Wait. He's moving up in weight? Oh, bro. Wait, that's lighter man skill right there. That's lighter man skill. I'm going Alexa Sola. That's lighter man skill right there, dude. He's moving up in weight to fight Reese McKee. Yeah, that's lighter man skill right there, dude. We're going Alexa Sola. On to the next. Balaji Aki versus Mason Jones. I'm going Mason Jones. Balaji Aki, like, who the fuck is this kid, you know? Like, I know he's been there and he's done that, but I believe one of his only wins is against fucking a dude who's, like, making it on short notice. Michelle Aswell. Yeah, Michael Aswell. He took the fight on short notice. That's one of his 2 wins in the UFC. He got guillotined by Chris Duncan, my GOAT. And he beat Timmy Kwamba by split decision. Like, I don't really rate Timmy fucking Kwamba, bro. Like, good for you. Mason Jones had a dog-walking performance. Hold on, I'm a burp. Had a dog-walking performance against Jeremy Stevens, being brought back into the UFC, which was on relatively, like, not ideal notice. I think Mason Jones guy has this. He showed good grappling. He showed excellent striking. He was gassing out in the third, and that's when Jeremy Stevens was kind of making his comeback a little bit. And honestly, he stood and banged with them a little bit in that third as well. So, got to give it to Mason Jones. He's a dog. He's from Wales. I would like to see a Wales guy, how do you say, not persevere, but, I'd like to see him succeed. So, I'm going Mason Jones, bruh. Going Mason Jones. On to the next, Modestas Bukauskas versus Borralho. My Scottish goat, my Scottish brother. It is going to be a hard watch to see him get knocked out by Modestas Bukauskas. Modestas Bukauskas does look like the type of guy, though, to enter Paul Craig's guard and just get subbed. He does give me heavy vibes of those. So maybe Paul Craig can latch up a fucking crazy submission after Modestas Bukauskas stupidly goes into his guard. But Modestas Bukauskas has looked pretty good recently. I forgot who he's beaten. I feel like he's lost recently. No, he hasn't. Ion Cutelaba split decision. Rafael Sequeira knockout, brutal knockout. Marcin Prachnio arm triangle. Victor Petrino check hook KO. Zach Pauga, Tyson Pedro. Pretty good, relatively good comp. Lost to Jimmy Crute. Lost to Mikhail Olejniczak by split decision. Lost to Khalil Roundtree by knockout. That leg injury. I'm just going Modestas Bukauskas. Paul Craig, he was having a little scrap with Rodolfo Bellato, and I could respect that. That was an interesting, outcome to that fight. But before that, man, Bo Nickel lost, Caio Borralho lost, Brendan Allen lost. His last good win is Andre Muniz. Like, he has one win in the he has one win in the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He has one win in his past seven fights. He's 1-6. He's 1-6, dude. Besides Andre Muniz, his last one was Nikita Krylov, which is kind of a crazy win to have. Nikita Krylov, Jamal Hill. That's wicked. I'm going Modestas Bukauskas, man. Paul Craig is moving back up to light heavyweight after having a little stint at middleweight, so maybe he might have some of that lighter man skill, but hey, I'm not gonna bank on it, man. Modestas Bukauskas, powerful, fast, probably a lot faster than Paul Craig anyway. So I'm going Modestas Bukauskas, probably by a second round knockout. On to the co-main event. Benoit Saint-Denis versus Mauricio Rufy. I'm going to be wearing my Fighting Nerd shirt this weekend, dude. I'm super hyped. Benoit Saint-Denis versus Mauricio Rufy. Benoit Saint-Denis, a high-pressure grappler. Pushes the pushes the pace hard and heavy. Mauricio Rufy, a more calm, melodic, and methodical fighter. Does a lot of thinking out there, you know. I feel like you could see the cogs turning in his brain as to what he wants to do, although he's very lucid with it. He's very loose, he's very fluid, he's very bouncy with everything that he does. Whereas Benoit Saint-Denis is kind of on the opposite scale. He's kind of a guy that likes to force exchanges. He forces everything to happen. If you don't want something to happen, he's going to force it. Whereas Mauricio Rufy, he knows how to go with the waves, you know. He knows how to swing and flow. Whereas Benoit Saint-Denis, I think he's just gonna gas himself out, trying to make something happen. I think he can pressure Mauricio Rufy up against the fence in the first round and do him like he did Dustin Poirier, and maybe he can do it a little bit in the second round since he won't have what do you call it? Since he won't have staph infection. But I feel like once we get into that third round, we're gonna see Mauricio Rufy just bring him in, lull him in, and then put him away with something brutal. Maybe a knee up the middle. I could see Benoit Saint-Denis kind of like the way his guard is. Sometimes he has like his hands like in hook. He has both of his arms in hook position, and he kind of just like wades forward and just like marauder maxes forward. I could see Mauricio Rufy taking note about that in the third round. When Benoit Saint-Denis is too tired to actually get the takedown and get a flying knee KO up the middle, putting Benoit Saint-Denis down or out, and if not out, have some follow-up shots and clean. Although Mauricio Rufy doesn't look like the type of guy to go with the follow-up shots. He looks like a one-and-done kind of guy, you know. And Benoit Saint-Denis' last fight against Kyle Prepolek, I mean, do we even have to talk about that, dude? That shit was a disgusting performance against an 18-8 fighter who already had 2 losses in the UFC back in the day. Like, I don't know, man. That was just an embarrassing performance. He got him out of there. He got him out of there in the second round with an arm triangle, which I can respect that for not taking him to fucking 15 minutes. If he would took in Kyle Prepolek 15 minutes, if it had took him 15 minutes to beat Kyle Prepolek, I'd pick Mauricio Rufy by first round KO. But I just reasonably I can't go Benoit Saint-Denis. Apparently, Mauricio Rufy showed good takedown defense as well in his fight on the Contender Series against some Dagestani Russian dudes. So, you know, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna believe it. I'm not gonna, you know, look it up or anything. But wow, this kid is a finisher. 11 wins by KO, 1 win by decision. Who's that one decision win? James Lontop. How did I forget about that? Man? Jamie Malarkey, first round. Bobby Green, first round. Who's this? Raymond Magomedaliev, who's 11-2. Fairly good opponent, you know. He is 0-1. Huh. Has a win over Impa Kasanganai. That's a pretty damn good win. Interesting. I'm going Mauricio Rufy. I mean, it doesn't really need to be talked about all too much. Has a reach advantage as well. Onto the main event. I already made a whole video about this, so if you want to see me go more in depth in this fight, you can go ahead and watch that video. It won't be linked, but just go fucking click on my channel. It'll be right there. Nasruddin Imavov versus Caio Borralho. I'm going Caio Borralho by 40. Honestly, I could see 49, 40. How do you say? 49-45 or 49-46. I don't know. What I'm trying to say is I can see Caio Borralho getting a 10-8 in one round but losing another round. So whatever that means. I think Caio Borralho is going to steamroll Nasruddin Imavov. I don't think Nasruddin Imavov has anything of any substance to deter Caio Borralho. Nasruddin Imavov doesn't do anything in his fights. He watches you and he watches you and he watches you and he reacts. I think Caio Borralho, who gives so much to react to, I think it's going to be an overload for Nasruddin Imavov. Step in knees, step in elbows, body kicks, body teeps, high kicks, low kicks, snappy right hands and jabs down the middle. I think it's going to be a lot too much for Nasruddin Imavov to make proper reads on, and that's all he really likes to do is make reads. He doesn't really implement a game plan of his own. He doesn't impose his will. He doesn't throw high kicks. He doesn't throw body kicks. He doesn't throw low kicks. He doesn't check low kicks. He doesn't do anything really. He just watches, and he watches you outclass him for 5 minutes and then gets a fluky overhand right KO. That's all he does. Like, he doesn't really do anything. And I'm not going to bank on Nasruddin Imavov literally getting just a fluky overhand right KO on Caio Borralho, who could take a fucking shot. He was taking nasty hooks off of Jared Cannonier in pocket boxing range. I know Nasruddin Imavov has nasty pocket boxing combinations, but he doesn't hit as hard as Jared Cannonier. He's just plain and simple, he doesn't. Caio Borralho was actually properly able to finish Jared Cannonier. Nasruddin Imavov would have taken Jared Cannonier to decision. And I know if you look at the record, it's going to show the complete opposite. But trust me, Caio Borralho could have finished that fight in 2 different occasions. In the second or third, I forget which one it was, and definitely in the 5th. He had walked away after dropping Jared Cannonier in that 5th round. The fight would have been over. But he followed up, trying to get a ground and pound TKO, got caught up in some grappling exchanges. Nasruddin Imavov just got a fluky KO by the help of, I forgot the ref's name. Oh, damn, I forgot the ref's name. But Nasruddin Imavov just got help from the ref. He got paid off. Which is kind of surprising since it was in the KFC fucking chicken bucket stadium, you know what I'm saying? Just Nasruddin Imavov doesn't do anything, dude. He's a little bit taller. He's 2 inches taller. He's really fast. So those will be 2 hurdles that Caio Borralho has to get over. But, I mean, I don't think speed alone is going to have really anything to do with this fight. Maybe in the first round, I could see Caio dropping the first round. But after that first round, he's going to be throwing low kicks, and he's going to get a little beat up in that first round because Nasruddin Imavov likes to time people off that low kick that they throw. So once they throw it, he doesn't check it. He just throws shots down the middle. But I think Caio Borralho will be able to get off enough to kill his legs a little bit, and then after that, he'll go hold on, my eyes. After that, he'll go with the body kicks, and body kicks will bring Nasruddin Imavov's hand down. And then after he brings the hands down, he'll be able to throw high kicks up the middle or fake a body kick into a lead elbow, or throw knees to the body. You know, just step in knees, man. High kicks. It'll just be too much for Nasruddin Imavov to read, man. Way too much. Way too much for a reactionary fighter to actually react to all of those things. I mean, when you have to react to 5 different things coming at you, you're not going to know really which one it's going to be. So I'm going to go with Caio Borralho killing the legs of Nasruddin Imavov, then killing his body with body kicks, killing his momentum and his gas tank. And then after he's slowing down and plotty just in the center of the ring, I think he's going to be feinting takedowns, which he did against Jared Cannonier. He's going to fake takedowns, make Imavov sprawl, just waste more gas. And then the step in knees, the step in elbows, the high kicks, they're all going to come into play. And if he doesn't get a finish, it'll be a 49-46 masterclass, in my opinion. And we got a new #1 contender. I'm going Caio Borralho, man. So that was this fight. That was my prediction for this entire fight card. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're new. Follow my Instagram, follow my Twitter, username TrashmanMMA under both. I post good content on there, man. So give it a follow, give it a look see. So appreciate y'all, man. I'll make a post-fight recap Sunday, or I might make a video tomorrow. You too. You never know. So see ya.